lovelies, and welcome to my day off. You will have already seen that I was on a train. I have been over to get my hair done, so I've been back to the area that I used to live in, well, the town of that area, to get my hair done today. As you may be able to tell, I don't know what's going on there, but my hair really has got a mind of its own, that's for sure. So I had a little time when I came out of the hairdressers before the train was due. So I thought, let's grab a couple of bits that I need in the town over there to save me going into the town over here to pick these bits up, because it was things that I needed. So first of all, I popped into Card Factory because that is virtually opposite the alley I come out of from the hairdressers. So I picked up a birthday card for my son's girlfriend. Her birthday is on the 18th of December. And there were some things that I needed in Savoury's. So I popped into Savoury's. And although I haven't yet run out of the Dove shower cream in the burgundy bottle, the Pro Age one, the one I had before that was the Dove 0% sulfates. And so I really wanted to pick this one up again. So I thought I'd just have a look in Savoury's. This was £3.75, but I'm sure this is bigger than the one I had previously. It's the 720ml. So I feel like that's a good price for the size and how long that's going to last me. Don't get me wrong, you've seen on this channel months ago, I had a giant size one from Home Bargains, a cousin's one for 99p, a honey and something one. You know, it's horses for courses, isn't it? But because I have got money in a self-care sinking fund, then I was able to purchase this, and with the 0 sulfates, I am much happier with that situation. Although, as you guys know, and I've talked about it many times over the previous months, I've been taking part in my own little project pan, and that means that you use every product up that you've got before you purchase new. So it's like hitting pan, you know, imagine it in a powder compact or a bronzer compact or something. You hit pan, you know you're getting to the end of it. So I'd run out a little while ago of the Elvive. Now I have still got shampoo in my stash, but this is the one that prevents the brassiness. So if ever the hair is looking quite warm or maybe a little bit yellowy, especially after that first appointment like now, even if I just put a little tiny bit of this on my fingers, put that through the front, what they call the money piece now, the youngsters, whilst I'm getting undressed and ready to pop in the shower, that'll be enough just to take that away. So I did want to get one of these, even though I've got other shampoos to be using. So I'm probably going to sort of switch between what I'm using and this one, just to keep the brassiness of the bleach blonde away. Now that has gone up. That used to be £2.99 in Savoury's, and it's £3.49. And I think it was the last time I bought it as well, £3.49. Also in Savoury's, I picked up a Dettol mould and mildew remover. The last one I had was in a completely green bottle. Can't remember the make. It was really good, but they didn't have it in the branch that I went in. So I picked up the Dettol one, and that was £2.49. So I still didn't think that was too bad a price for a branded item and a brand such as the Dettol. So I hate drinking tea and coffee in the hairdressers. The water it just tastes awful. It's so chlorine-y, really don't like it. So I took myself a coffee in my flask. So that needs to be washed up. And I've made myself a cup of tea. I'm going to do myself some lunch shortly. And this is the first time of using my new Christmas mug. Don't know if you can see, there's a little fox inside it. I'm assuming it's meant to be a fox. So this is Scion is the brand name, and it's Habitat times Sion. And I've seen this brand before. This mug was reduced in Sainsbury's to £3. I've got more than enough mugs, but I really thought it was attractive. I really liked it. And it's white inside and it's not too thick, which is the kind of cup that I like a cup of tea out of. And then I thought I'd show you my other two Christmas mugs. I think it was last year I got this Joy one from a friend. And I don't know who that's made by. Oh, that's Tesco's, Florence and Fred. But that's really nice. But it's more of that kind of thicker earthenware. So this is probably what I would use for coffee rather than tea. And then my prized Christmas mug that I probably don't even want to use because I'm petrified that it's going to break is my Merry Pugmas Christmas mug. This was a gift at Christmas, quite a long time ago. I'm probably going back to about 2015, maybe 2016, from some girls that I worked with at the time. And of course, because it's got the black pug and, well, my pug was apricot, Albert was apricot, but they're usually fawn. But the colour of the pug on here looks more apricot than fawn. They also do silver, which is the really paler colour, but you'll mostly see a fawn coloured pug. Apricots are quite rare. So yeah, that reminds me obviously of Prince Albert and Princess Poppy, and I don't want this to break, so I'm probably not going to use it, even though it's that lovely fine china. Yeah, it is Newborn china, that one. So that's really nice for a cup of tea, but it's precious now that they're not here. So that's my little Christmas mug collection. So I'm going to get changed into my comfies. I'm going to make myself some lunch and I'm going to get some washing on today. So I've got extra days off throughout December because I've booked a couple of days of annual leave. And also I get given a day off for my birthday and we get given another day off, which is called our Christmas present. Basically, we get a day off as a Christmas present, and I've got lots of annual leave to use up. So I've got a few days in December plus these extra days, and I'm sure that'll really come in handy as things are developing. I've now got plans to meet one of my friends for lunch on the 11th next week. So yeah, I'm sure other things will crop up, so that will work out quite well for me. So yeah, that is that, and I better get cracking. Put the machine on, now time for lunch. So I'm going to make myself a bougie restaurant quality lunch today that will cost you about £10 in a cafe if you were lucky. So I've just got the Jason sourdough out of the freezer, 27th of the 11th, that was bought. Avocados, also 27th of November. My homemade chilli and tomato jam chutney kind of thing. Eggs and Aldi spreadable butter. I'm sure it would have been restaurant quality had I not have broken my egg, but it will taste the same and it all goes down the same hole, as my nan used to say. Just randomly grabbed 5 things to upload photos to the Boot Scan to Recycle app in preparation for when I next go into town. I am going to need hairspray and deodorant from Boots, so I'm just getting these done so they are uploaded and ready. I've been into the garage and got out my wrapping paper. A lot of this is what's been left over from the last 2 years where I've done some wrapping for my relative, but the green paper was Sainsbury's that I bought the first year I moved in here. That's a brand new roll. And I actually bought this from my other house because it was the White Company, and I thought I'm never going to be able to afford White Company wrapping paper again, and I didn't want to leave it there. It's funny, isn't it? Out of all of the things that I left, I bought wrapping paper. And I've got this out now because I want to check if I've got any tags, because I'm not sure if I might need to buy some of those. And then in this bag, my friend gave me this, but it was after Christmas last year. She dropped some bits off, gave me a few bits and bobs, and this is a bag full of various types of gift bags, which will also come in handy. And I can see that I've got some ribbon in there, so this all needs going through. It would actually be easy to put things in gift bags for adults, certainly quicker. But yeah, we've got plenty to use here. Just got to look for the tags. So boxed up in the garage was this box. Again, this was definitely from the first year that I moved in here. I've got a tablecloth there. I've got probably enough paper plates for my Christmas buffet, just to help save on washing up. And then I can also see, oh, we've got one Christmas cracker, just the one, but I'm not hosting dinner, so that doesn't matter. I can always just put that on the buffet table. Oh yes, I have got tags, so I'm sure there'll be enough there. These do match papers that are in the bag that were given for a relative's wrapping. And I've got ribbon, plenty of different types of ribbon, which I usually grab after Christmas to reuse various things there. But I might well use gift bags for my daughter's presents, where they've got a couple of bits and bobs each. It might be easier rather than individually wrapping, but I will see when I get round to it. But I'm really pleased that I don't need to buy any tags. I've got a tablecloth and I've got some paper plates left. I also had it on my to-do list to get down the custard powder from the back of the cupboard, to check the date on it for the family buffet trifle. And unfortunately that went out of date in March of this year. I feel that's a little bit too out of date. I mean, I don't live rigidly by use or sell by dates, as you guys probably know by now. You know, if I've got cream, for example, in the fridge that went out of date 2 days ago, if I stick my finger in it, it tastes okay, then I'll use it. But yeah, I think I'm going to have to add Bird's custard powder to the list, because of course when you're making trifle you need a stiff custard, and that is really the only way you're going to get it. So for my dinner today, I'm going to make something very similar to the soup that I made last week, the chicken soup that I ended up putting pasta in. I'm going to make something very, very similar with exactly the same base ingredients, but I'm going to make it into more of a stew. So I will be using plain flour to kind of thicken before I put my stock in, because I've still got to strip my chicken from Sunday, and I will slice as much as I can and freeze that, because the sliced meat will be better for a roast dinner at some point, and then everything else can go into my chicken stew and dumplings. So I've got a nice amount of slices off, plenty of chicken in there, and then once this is all sorted in the pan, I'm going to pop the carcass in to make some stock. So sage, garlic, salt and pepper. No, sorry, no salt. I don't ever use salt if I'm using a stock cube. And now I'm just going to sprinkle some flour over that before I add in the stock, and then I need to make my dumplings. 3 dessert spoons of plain flour, sprinkled over and given a good stir. And now to add the stock. For the dumplings, I used 125 grams of self-raising flour and about 60 grams of butter. And then a bit like you're making a crumble, into sort of breadcrumb type consistency, and then added a little bit of water until I had a big round ball, and then divided that up into small dumplings, and I've got 10 small dumplings. Some of them have sunk because where I've done small ones, they have sunken in. But now I'm going to pop the lid on for 30 minutes before I serve my dinner. 30 minutes later, time to dish up. Don't know if I can do this very well, holding my phone at the same time. We will do our best. It's the trouble with these induction hobs, they move around a fair old bit. Let's have another dumpling. I'm sure you get the gist. Plenty there for another portion for dinner tomorrow, or to go in the freezer as a batch cook.